You seem like a really nice couple. I really like your necklaces and how you're dressed. You guys here to watch my premiere episode of Chris the Caregiver, where I cover an outside faucet for the elderly? Well, that's good. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go roll the opening credits, and while that's going on, I'm gonna go find me a bush, and then when I get back, we are going to get this episode going. Let's do it. Hi everybody, Chris the Caregiver here, and I want to welcome you to my premiere show, Chris the Caregiver, on the Chris the Caregiver show. Yeah. Anyways, today's episode, I'm going to show you how to cover an outside faucet and protect it for the winter for the elderly. Yeah, basically you just get one of these things and you install it on a faucet where the garden hose is connected to. Because believe it or not, as a private caregiver, you do a lot of work out of people's homes, and I can't tell you how many times in the 9 years I've been doing this job, every time winter comes around, or actually the fall and everything, and the threats of hard freezes come, I can't tell you how many times I've been asked or told to go outside, disconnect the garden hose, and basically put these covers on. And at the same time, I can totally see people actually not knowing how to do this. So if you're one of these people, I got to tell you right now, never fear. Chris the Caregiver is here, and he has got your back. So let's dive right in. I'm going to show you how to cover an outside faucet for the elderly. Okay, so here we are at the faucet that needs to be covered for the winter, because if you don't do it, it's going to freeze, it's going to rupture, and it's going to cost thousands and thousands of dollars to the homeowner's home, and we don't want that. I mean, that's terrible, really. So you want to start by taking your little faucet cover, and you want to make sure that it's all the way down like so. Okay, and now we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so now we're on to step 2. You want to take this ring right here, and you want to put it underneath the knob or the nozzle, just like so. I know y'all can see that. And we're now on to step 3. Okay, now we got this ring part started over the nozzle. You just want to basically make sure it's around the whole faucet like so. And that completes step 3. So now we'll move on to step 4. All right, now we're on to step 4, which is to make sure the cover is basically squared or pressed against the wall. And now for step 5, you want to take this box looking part and you want to press the button that's on it all the way down. Okay, now you want to slide it. Okay, now there's a little washer or hole cover. You see that little hole there for step 6, I think. You want to make sure that's covering that hole as best you can, and then you want to continue pressing the button on that square thing, and you want to get it up there as tight as you can. And now, ladies and gentlemen, that faucet is now winterized, or covered and protected for the winter, and we're done.
Just in case you need to go buy a new faucet cover for somebody you're taking care of, you can get them at any hardware store. They usually run around $1 to $3 usually.
And that concludes this episode, my presentation on how to cover an outside faucet for the elderly. And we're near the end of our very first premiere episode of Chris the Caregiver. And I'm gonna finish off by thanking you guys for coming here to watch my show. Definitely, one last thing I would ask you to do before I sign off is to please give me a thumbs up by hitting that thumbs up button below. And then of course make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you can be notified when I put in a new upload as well. And I don't know if any apps are still doing this, but if you do see a bell icon down here, make sure you hit it so the notifications are turned on and you're notified whenever I put a new video on here. And last but not least, tell all your friends, your families, your co-workers, anybody you know about this channel, please, and help it grow. Let's all work together to try to help improve care for the elderly, and as best we can, and to help care for people who also help care for the elderly. It's very, very important and all. Well, I'm gonna get going. You guys have a good night, and yeah, I know I gotta go let the dog out so yeah he could do his business. But you guys have a good night. Take care. Bye. Oh, come on, Teddy. I thought you cared about helping the elderly like I do. Why do you want to go inside for and not help me winterize a home for the elderly and prevent millions of dollars in plumbing and pipe damage? Oh, come on. I thought you were a more caring dog than that. I see how you are. Fine.